Flosstube, I'm Leanne, and it's time for another video. Today's Friday, May 1st, and I'm home from work. I took an extended weekend this weekend, so I have today off and Monday off. I was originally supposed to have Monday off for our niece's swearing ceremony to the Army, but because of all this stuff going around, she was not able to get her braces off because the orthodontist is closed, so they can't ship her to boot camp. So she does not ship now, I think, until August 3rd. So instead of giving that day back, I just took it and took a 4-day weekend because I need it. So, yeah. If you are new here, welcome. This is a channel about cross stitch, and sometimes some life, some rambling, whatever comes with it. If you are returning, thank you for coming back to hang out with me. So life is life lately. It's been, we've had ups and downs at work. We've had people disappearing left and right, not because they've gotten fired, because they're sick. We have 2 of our nurse practitioners out right now. They've been out for 3 weeks. We'll see if they come back next week. Next week will be a month if they don't come back to work. So things are just crazy. I was talking to one of my nurse practitioners, and she says she feels like the world's moving on from this and trying to get over it, and she's still freaking out. So I think a lot of us have become a little lax in some things, but it's still real, unfortunately, and still rampant. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Other than that, husband is healthy. He's good. Daughter is healthy. She's good. And we're just doing over here. Yeah, okay. That's about all I got for that. Husband's supposed to have a job lined up, but we're trying to figure out because, like, we don't have anyone to watch our daughter because of the stay-at-home, stay-safe order that's still going on. I think Michigan is extended until May 15th as of right now. I think. Don't quote me. I don't really keep up on that because I still have to go to work. So let's talk stitching. Okay. I have worked on this month 12 projects. I have 2 new starts, 1 finish. One of my new starts is a commission piece that I will show you. So we'll get started. I'll start with my finish. It was a start and a finish. It was a $6 Stitch from Stash credit for me. And it is Moral Compass by Bendy Stitchy. I don't believe it's available anymore right now. It was, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying, but this is what this looks like. I really like it. So, it's kind of hard to see my wand. I understand. But I really like it. It's easier to see a little bit in person. None of these are the called for colors. And I told Michelle that I usually pick my own things, nothing against designers. I usually just, when I decide to start something, go through my stash, unless it's something big and I'm gonna need a ton of floss in one thing. But I usually pick my own colors, unless it's a full coverage, because let's face it, you have to go for the called for. So, this was a little bit difficult to read, a lot of people have said, and that's kind of the way I intended it. Because what's easy and what's right may not always be in black and white, and it may be difficult to know what to do sometimes. So I really like this. I don't know how I'm gonna finish it yet. Shocker, I didn't fully finish it, but I do have a small finish. I really liked stitching that one because Michelle designed it and it was supporting Michelle. And 2, I don't stitch a lot of smalls like that. I tend to gravitate towards larger projects. So it was fun to stitch something small. Interruption number one. I knew it would be happening, so my husband's still sleeping. It's pretty early in the morning. It's like 7:30 in the morning, but I figured I would do this now. I had the chance because we have stuff to do later on today. So, all right. So that was my one finish. I guess next I will show you. I'm gonna insert a picture of what this is gonna look like. It is a copy of the chart from far away because this was a custom done pattern for me. Okay, so there is no, this is what it's gonna look like finished because there is no picture of what it's gonna look like finished. So this is my commission piece. Friends of ours asked me to make something for his mom for Mother's Day. So I was like, sure, no problem. I didn't realize how big this is gonna be. So Mother's Day, as of today, is in 9 days. I have so much work to do on this. The words are almost done, but the border is gonna be, so this is what this piece is. I'm almost done with the words. I need to finish the word mom, so M-O or O-M over here, and then to write the word love on the bottom. But it says, dear mom, thanks for being my mom. If I had a different mom, I would punch her in the face and go find you, love Jim, which is his name. This border right here has to be done all the way on the top and all the way on the bottom. So it's a lot of stitching. So far on this piece, in April, since they asked me, I stitched 2,840 stitches. It's a lot of work. So unfortunately, some of my projects are gonna have to sit to the wayside until this is done. This has been the piece I've been taking back and forth to work if I can stitch it all. So a lot of this has been done at work. I had busted butt and did a lot last night at home too. So tonight or today, whenever, hopefully we will be starting on more border, because I need to get this done. Not only for them, but I want to get back to my stitching too. So those are my two new starts, one finish, and that's my commission piece. So moving on, our acrostic for April was Sun and Shadow. So automatically one of my pieces had to sit out because the acrostic was shorter than the amount of whips that I have. If you're new to cross stitching, whips are works in progress. So, so my ink circles piece sat out this month, so I didn't get work done. I was going to start working more on them and bring out ink circles, and then I was asked about the commission piece, so it just didn't get done. I did shorten my stitch goal to 480, which in my mind I just said 600, but for 24 hours of cross stitch it was 480 because I haven't been able to get to the 1200 for each piece. So all right, the first S is for Monster March by Glendon and Place, which looks like this, and I'm doing the bottom one. I'm gonna pop up a picture of where this piece was the last time you guys saw it. This piece got a total of 737 stitches this month. And this is where it is now. So I worked on some more border. I finished the first word, and then I started on Dracula's head. So I really like this piece. It's a fun little stitch. It goes by quickly because it's only in 3 colors. It's 310 and then the 2 shades of purple. Throughout the whole entire piece. So that's my first one of my acrostic. And it's stitched, like I said, with the called for DMC for the darker version, and on a piece of gray tan 2 is what the color was from To Die For Fabrics. Next is Halloween Quaker by Lila Studios. I didn't take it off my hoop. Sorry, y'all. This piece ended up getting 600 stitches exactly. So, this is also stitched with all the called for colors. This is what this piece looks like. And I gotta try and fold this a certain way so you can see the whole thing, and I can hold the whole thing. This piece may need to start getting some more love because I think Michelle and I are going to try to do, we didn't do a sale, like we didn't start it together, but we may try to finish it together this year, which I think is doable. So this is where it is now. It's the whole way across. I worked on, hold on. I've worked on finishing this piece, this block right here. And then I did this little motif and started the black work down here. So all that I have left to do on mine, I shouldn't say all because it's more stitching than the little motifs, is to do the big chunk on the bottom. And then I will be done with this. It's stitched on 16 count Haunted from Picture This Plus. And I really like the fabric on that one. So that was for you because there's a U in Quaker. All right, my first N was for Frozen by Donna Stitch. This one is on the hoop. I leave this one on the hoop because it's such a pain in the butt to move. And this is what this piece is going to look like when completed. I bought mine from her shop on Etsy. This is a picture of where this piece was the last time you guys saw it. I had a page finish. So I had to start another page. Sorry, I have to put things away as we go, otherwise there's gonna be a giant mess and it's gonna drive me crazy. This is where it is now. So we're in the center of the castle. Frozen got 802 stitches this month, and it's all in just one color. So I usually color complete this because they are in blocks, so it has to come over more, but that's where I got so far this month. My daughter has picked out that the next one she wants me to work on for her when this one is done is going to be Merida from Brave. Lots of brown in that one because Mama Bear's in there, so, which I love Brave, so. Okay. The and symbol was, why is everything falling over? I chose Linen and Threads, the 2020 sampler, which is a free sampler. It's a free sale. If you guys want to do it, you just go to Linen and Threads, and they release it, and I think it's the first of every month they release the next part. So this is a picture where this was last time. I wanted to try to get through March. Yep, you heard me. I'm behind. I didn't get through March. I ended up putting 1,060 stitches in this, and then I was like, I have to move on because I still have other stuff to do. And then I got the commission piece. So this is where it is now. The only thing I was able to get done this month was this motif down here, and like I said, 1,060 stitches. There's still, I think, another larger motif on the bottom and a small one for March, and then April has like a large one, and then I haven't looked at May yet. So out of the two the 2 sales from Linen and Threads going. This is the one I'm trying to stay up on because it's actually going on right now. Like, it was released this year. All right, next is a Quaker Christmas by Bygone Stitches, which is this piece right here. I forgot to say this piece and Monster March are kind of being sold along with Susanna, Rosie Sue's. And yeah, of course we do our own colorways, but this is a picture of where this piece was last time. This, I'm not taking off the hoop like I normally do because it's ready to stitch next time. But the only thing I did, as you can kind of hardly see, I started this motif right here and then I did the letter D. And that was 615 stitches. Not as much progress as I'm used to, but I was able to touch all my pieces this one that I had intended to. So this is stitched on a piece of 18 count. I think it's Heartland Ada from Picture This Plus. Yes. Piece of Heartland Ada, and I'm gonna have to buy more because I really like the coloring. And my red floss is Scarlet Orange, and then my brown is Unnamed from Dying for Cross Stitch. I haven't gotten to my golds yet, but that's my red and my brown that the 2 colors that I'm using so far. But for my gold, I'm going to use Golden Ale by Color and Cotton. So these are my colors for my piece, and they're showing up actually right there, pretty true to color. So like I said in other videos, the alphabet that's included, I reworked, and I reworked the numbers that are in the piece. So the alphabet will have our last name, and then the numbers will include our wedding date and birth dates and our family. So it actually is symbolic to our family. Okay, my sweatshirt keeps falling off because it's this large oversized sweatshirt that I stole from my husband. And like, I bought it for him years ago, and then I think he's worn it once, and I stole it from him since. And I'm home, so I get to wear it. So I'm not apologizing because I'm comfy. Okay. H, Hometown Heroes, Hade. This is my surprise piece for my husband. He still doesn't know about it, and that's why I want to try and keep it. This is the mini, which I think is 16 pages. I think the mini is 16 pages. So this is a picture of where this piece was last time. This piece actually got 1,200 stitches this month because I did a first page finish. It looks so good. I love this. So this is the first page finish out of 16. I don't think all 16 are full pages, but I'm super stoked to have one done, and it looks so good. I'm so impressed. This is farther than I've ever got when I was trying to do them in the past, the Hade in the past. This is as far as I've already surpassed it, so I'm stoked. This is what it looks like so far. And I didn't know what I wanted to do for the fabric because it wasn't pre-gridded. I don't like pre-gridded fabric anymore. I prefer to just count it myself. And so that is, I just tea-dyed it, and it took all the lines out, and I really like it. So, okay. Okay. Next is, was A, which is the Lord's Prayer by Design Works. This is another one I have completely color converted, which you guys know if you've been watching me for any period of time. This is what this piece is going to look like. It came in a kit. I am not using the kit colors or the kit fabric, just using the chart. And this is where it was last time. And here it is now. I'm really enjoying this piece. Really, really, really enjoying this piece. This is gonna be hard to give to my mom and dad when I'm done. Speaking of mom and dad, my mom found my Flosstube channel. So if you're watching, hi mom. It may not be a surprise anymore, but you can watch the progress, I guess, now. So this is where we finished some more wording and then this motif on the side over here. And she got 602 stitches this month. So I really like the way this piece is coming out. I am almost done. I think this is like halfway done almost with the piece. Or I shouldn't say halfway done because I think it's front and back. I don't know. I'm almost done with one part of the chart. So there's that piece. Of course, in my glorious fashion, before I started writing stuff down in my little planner that I got from Suzette the Primitive Stitcher, I didn't write my fabric colors down, but I do know that came from Color and Cotton, the fabric did. All right, next up for D was Crossword by Long Dog Samplers, and this piece got 621 stitches this month, which is this one. I love this piece. It is being stitched on a piece of 18 count Color and Cotton that I did not write down again, with Otter Creek by Gentle Arts for my floss. So hopefully you're seeing a picture of where this piece was last time, because this is where it is now. I did between the lettering, started the next one and worked over here on this part, I believe. So Crossword got, like I said, 621 stitches this month. All I have to do is finish down here, and it's a page finish for this, and the whole top half will be done. So this is 3 pages across, and I have 3 more pages on the bottom to go. So I love this piece. Takes a lot more floss than you would expect, though. The first time I bought it, I think I bought like, I don't remember, but I bought enough and I was like, psh, that'll be enough for the piece. Then last time I went to Stitches and Things, my local LNS, I bought like 4 more because that's all they had in stock at the store. And I'm definitely gonna have to buy more, but this is my floss that I'm using. That's Otter Creek. It's a variegated green. All right, 2 more. Next we have our 2017 Linen and Thread Sampler. This piece, I'm gonna actually talk about this for a little bit. So I have done a lot of tweaking on this piece, and I will explain. This is being stitched on, it's either coffee dyed or country mocha, I don't know, with Galactic Floss from Color and Cotton. Has anyone seen Galactic Floss by Color and Cotton before? If you haven't, this is what it looks like. I have a lot. I actually may have too much, or who knows, just enough, because this is my bag that I bought of Color and Cotton floss, and yeah. This is where this piece was last time. I'm still on the February block. Here it is now. So 2017 got 1,033 stitches, and I have worked all on this right here. So actually to end the February block, this line is on the bottom as well. So I haven't even got to the whole thing. But I have went through the chart because obviously it was released in 2017, so all parts are available. And I'm gonna put a picture here of what I've chosen to do. So I have taken out almost half, yes, you heard me right, of the chart. I have taken out things that aren't really me. Had I known that, I may have taken out the first block and not have done that, because I don't know if you've been able to tell, but birds and stuff I don't generally stitch them a lot like these, and these almost were the death of this piece. So I tried to make it more me. I'm gonna rework it a little bit so the larger one that's still left is at the bottom, so the larger ones are at the top and bottom and the smaller ones in between. So I like it. Long story short, I like it, and then I think it'll give me more motivation to stick with it too. So I just shortened it. Last piece was my other full coverage, which is Halloween Night by Tilton and Crafts, and that looks like this. As you remember, we had a page finish last month, so sorry y'all, no page finish. I cannot be like Jessie Marie and bust it out, but I got a lot of progress for me, because she got 1,441 stitches, and this is where she's at now. So I have fabric falling all over. So 1, 2, I chose to go down so I didn't have to move my hoop. That's all of the reason why I was being lazy. But I usually work in 1 or 2 rows across for the full page at a time. Well, I have a little thing my husband bought me called a Kindle now, so I have Pattern Keeper. So I took it 4 rows down, which is half the page, and all the way across. And this is all 939, the whole thing, because you pick your symbol and it highlights it, so it's super easy to find. So I just did 1 color all the way across, and that's what all 1,441 stitches are. I was just of 939 on that 4 blocks or 4 lines. So that's where I got with that piece. So that's my piece. My piece is all 12,555 stitches of them. So I'll talk to you a little bit about Pattern Keeper. I'm not going to spend long on it because a lot of people have it. This is my tablet my husband bought me. I'm trying not to, okay, we'll hold it like this. I got the Kindle Fire 10 HD, the new one, and it's a 10-inch tablet, so it's pretty large. So I'll pull Pattern Keeper up. So this is what Pattern Keeper looks like. So as you can see, the 2 pages I've completed, and then you see green all highlighted. That's because on the side you can pick a symbol. Like I did highlighted the next one, which is gonna be 823. And then it highlights and shows you where it is. So when you zoom in on your chart, I won't zoom in too much so it gives anything away though. You can see all that green. This is the page I'm working on. You can see I have 4 more rows afterwards, and that's all the green is the stitches for 823. It makes it so easy. I love it. I was shocked how fast I was able to get progress with Pattern Keeper, and I'm stoked to get it back out and do it next month for my Hometown Hero Firefighter, because this just came like a week ago, so I worked on it last weekend. So I haven't been able to do it with the firefighter piece. So let's talk haul. I am actually in the negative for this month. So because of everything going on, they told us we could double our goal if we want, or our budget for April, May, and June if we wanted to, so to try to encourage support to small businesses. So I did, and I'm still in the negative, whatever. It'll roll over, right? So first I bought a piece of fabric. I didn't count this in my budget because I didn't buy the fabric of the month this month from Dying for Cross Stitch because I didn't really want the blue. I already have blue fabric, like that color family blue fabric, and I don't generally stitch on a ton of blue. So I bought a piece of fabric from Stash Unloading, and just sub that in as my monthly instead. Actually, I could have lowered my budget a little bit because the piece was less than half of what my Dying for Cross Stitch monthly piece would have been. But this is what it is. It's an 18 count. I want to say it's smoky something. I don't remember, but it's one of the printed fabrics, and this is what it looks like. It's like a smoke color. There you go. And I bought this for the intention of, remember when I talked to you about doing that twisted band sampler and in darker colors, but I had a certain fabric in mind, and I was like looking and looking and looking, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and I kept looking. Really? Well, this is what it's gonna be in, and I'm really excited. I did sub out my gray for a darker gray, but so I think it's gonna look great because it's such a contrast, so I'm really excited. All I have to do is buy the pattern and start it sometime whenever, right? Next, my fabric came in from Stitches and Things. They're of course closed. You can't go in there, so they just shipped it to my house. And this is such a big piece of Ada. I'm doing it in a 20 count for Lakeside, which is right here. I'm gonna start a full coverage with Susanna. I still have to get half of my floss, and I think she's waiting on fabric. I think I have to get more floss and she has to get more fabric, because we were gonna start it, weren't we gonna start it May 1st, Susanna? We obviously aren't starting it May 1st. So my piece of fabric that came in is a 36 by 42, and my husband's like, where are we going to put that? And it's ending up gonna be like 36 by like 27-ish is gonna be the stitch count. So that's all it is a giant piece of 20 count white Ada for my thing. That came in. I bought that a while ago, but they had a special order it. My Color and Cotton monthly club from Trish at Threads and Twined came in, and I had to save the bag just to show you. So this is what it came in. I love it. It's so cute. She does such a good job packaging. But these are my monthly colors, or the next colors. So we have, they could always come on a ring. But we have Colonial Silver. I'll try to do it this way. Cosmic, which is kind of like a lighter version of Galactic, honestly. Cotton Candy. That's true to color. Cherry Fizz. Chestnut. Chic. Just like a really light silver. Oh my goodness gracious. Chimney Sweep. Cleopatra. Chrome, which is like a baby blue almost, and Clay. So those are my Color and Cottons from last month, because my one for this is March. April's already shipped. It should be here soon. Postal service is taking amazingly forever, which I understand they're swamped, but I'm super overwhelmed with it at the same time. So, and lastly, my purchase that I have was from Dying for Cross Stitch. I purchased a couple of her threads. So we have pink, and it's pretty freaking close to that color. We have two navy. And we have two of this variegated. I think it would be cool eventually to try and do a sampler in these, and like the smaller ones, These I think are 8 or 5 yards a piece. No, they're 10. They're 10 yards. These are 10 yards a piece. I think it would be cool to do like a motif in like different colors. I don't know why. But those were my purchases. My other large chunk that's not here, I ordered 3 pieces of fabric, neutral fabrics from Be Stitch Me to try them out. And those aren't here yet. So I'm trying to be calm with the postal service. The ones from Be Stitch Me haven't been shipped, or I haven't even got notification they've shipped yet. But then again, I ordered things on Amazon 2.5 weeks ago that are supposed to be here Tuesday that haven't shipped either. Yep. Trying to be calm with the postal service. Okay, so I even had a $9.75 finish, which was the amount I get for finishing the first aid page, and a $6 credit from finishing Moral Compass, and I'm still in the negative, but whatever. So next we're going to talk about another thing that I've been loving to do, which is making project bags. And that's another thing I'm waiting on. So I'm going to show you the 4 that I've made for myself. If you want to watch the other 10 I think I've made, you can go watch Rosie Sue's. She shows you all of the 10 so far that I've made her. I'm just going to show you mine. So this was my very first bag I made. And the inside lining is this black. This fits a normal full-size pattern. It fits a 10-inch hoop. It fits everything so far. And I went off the tutorial from Suzette the Primitive Stitcher. So this was my first bag I ever made. I like the cloth ones. It's just me. This was the second one of my other ones I made. I really like it. And the inside is this black. So it's one right there. I'm just showing you mine. Then I was trying to make larger bags for full coverage. This one is really, it's tight, so it doesn't work as well. I mean, it works, but it needs to be bigger because it's really, as you can see, tight. But this fits my pattern for Hometown Heroes, which can come out now, really, because I have Pattern Keeper, and go on my shelf so I can put the floss box on, and it holds the 10-inch hoop. So the inside is the gray. And I really like this one. But then the last bag that I made, I have come up with a good storage solution and a size. I don't remember the size, I have it written down, for full coverages. And that is this one right here. As you can see, it's got a lot of stuff in it. The inside is this fabric right here. But in this bag holds the 10-inch hoop, the pattern, which is in a half-inch notebook, and the floss box. So I love the fabric bags. So those are the 4 fabric bags that I've made for myself. The only thing, I placed quite a big order from Joann's for fabric. I have 2 more that have been shipped, and I keep getting notification that stuff keeps getting canceled. And I'm just gonna say something for a second, but if you don't have it in stock, get it off your website. Like, it's driving me crazy. But anyways, but this is the one that's come so far. And I have a dark mottled brown coming for the top. So these are gonna be bags too. So I will probably, when I start listing them, list them on my Instagram probably. So I will leave that below, but it's Small Town Stitches 0723. Numbers 0723. On Instagram, you'll have to request to follow me because I do have like my account set to private. But yeah. I asked Michelle if she would be interested in a bag, and she said yes. So I have to figure out which of these I want to make for Michelle. But that's all from me. That's all my progress. My sewing. Yeah, I'm stoked to have 4 days off at home with my family, and just kind of be, you know, to not have to cram all the cleaning and grocery shopping into like 1.5 days. So I'm really excited to be home with the family. I could really use like a 2-month break though, really. I totally forgot that we have to talk about mania, or lack thereof. I am not really participating in Stitch Mania this year. I like to be able to try and touch on all my pieces, and I still follow the acrostics by Jen Lee. So my mania, if I get the commission piece done in time, is just going to be to stitch on my full coverages as much as I can. I'm going to hit my goals on my other pieces, and then I want to stitch on my full coverages as much as I can, which is still going outside your limits and pushing yourself. So Stitch Mania started, I think, in 2015, and I did 15 starts for the first 15 days. Some people took that as 15 and 15, so they're going to do 20 and 20, or 30 for each day, or however. There is a thing called stitchsania going on that Lindy Stitches put out, where you stitch on like one piece all week to give yourself a goal. If you get that the weekend, you get a new start. That's still too many new starts for me, because I have 11 whips right now, and where I could have a lot more, but I just like to touch all my pieces in 1 month usually, and I wasn't even able to do that today, this past month for April, because ink circles set out. So let's talk our acrostic for May. This is what I do. I follow the acrostic. I kind of make my own mark it off, and then I do my amount of stitches on each project, and on the days I highlight. So each piece has their own color, so I can track which days I did what. So for May, there's 9. So 2 of my pieces have to sit out already. I was going to put my commission piece in, but then I was like, I want progress on my own. So May's acrostic is Hourglass. So the 2 pieces that are just going to be sitting out so far is Frozen and the 2017 Linen and Thread Sampler. Now for Mania, I would like to, if I finish all my progress, I would like to hit those pieces and then some. We will see what May brings though, right? So we will see. But that's all from me. I'm gonna go ahead and go. If you want to follow me on Instagram, smalltownstitches0723. If you need to know, 0723 is my wedding anniversary, July 23rd. So, yeah, I do post pictures on Instagram of my stitching. So if you want to follow me over there, come on down. But that's gonna be all for me. See you later, guys. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, one more thing, but bear with me because it's kind of important, especially if you like shopping, which, come on now, we're stitchers. So I have a code to use for if you want to shop at Threads Entwined online. I will link her her website below. The code is for 15% off your entire order. So the code is smalltown15, 15. So put that code in till the end of May and you will get 15% off your order. So go support a small stitchy shop, support Trish, and get some more stash. So Threads Entwined, smalltown15. It's good till the end of May, okay? All right.